Yes, I know Invincible's already out. Hey there, this is your Mass Doodle with too much time on his hands, Doodlemite here with another video. So yes, I know Invincible is already out, and will I talk about the season episode by episode? No, and here's why. I am already a few episodes past already. Now, it would be weird if I already decided to go from like episode 1, explain all the things I already liked about it, but then like, oh, what could happen in episode 2, but then like already know what happens there, and then onwards and onwards. Now, that would already be complicated enough, or I could like put 2 episodes, say, oh, these are my thoughts on the both episodes in one, and then think about another one, but I've tried to do that once, and it got exhausting. And I don't want to do that. The other reasons is I technically know what's already gonna happen. See, the thing is, I have all the comics for Invincible in volume form. Now, if you don't know, volumes are a few comics in one, like 4 or 5 of them, and put into a little bigger book size, I guess. And the Invincible comics has 25 volumes. So yes, this comic series actually has a stopping point. So that means that I can't just review each episode individually without already knowing the big story beats that will happen. Like when you see, like I'm just giving an example, like, hey, you see this happen in there, and I'm like, oh, this is happening? Cool. Where is it gonna lead to? Well, it's probably gonna lead into this specific thing. And then this person may change, or this will happen, this will happen. And yes, it's fun to be a fan of knowing the comic and then seeing what's gonna happen differently, or I guess make more sense than in the comic. But it's hard to review that thing. Now, you could be asking, what if they change everything about it? What if there is no ending to Invincible? Well, that's a big problem. Because if they change it too much, then it loses a lot of the appeal of what Invincible was like. The reason why a lot of people like Invincible is the fact that it's like a more realistic way of showing superheroes. And no, not like The Boys or not like Watchmen. No. What I mean by realistically is the fact that it shows what superheroes, with all the powers, everything normally, would look like, would act like in real life. Like, yes, they will still fight crime. Yes, there will actually be heroes. Yes, there will be actual supervillains. But you know what about that? People can actually die and cannot come back unless they have abilities to, like they have in Duplicate. Or if people can clone, like it's shown in the first season, for Rex, it's not actually him. It's a more believable way of like cloning. It's just another conscious of yours. You're still there. That person is you, but it's not, if that makes sense. And that it's all somehow realistically. People can get PTSD and it won't change. People can like have big story beats and it won't go back to status quo because this will be the new status quo. People may not even change because some people in reality don't change because that's just life. Life happens in Invincible, like it is real. The reason why I don't watch something like The Boys or watch Watchmen, it is way too cynical in how they approach superheroes. And maybe that's just me. Maybe you can crucify me for all you want. But I can't watch something when they make fun of my favorite type of medium. I mean, I'm literally wearing a superhero kind of mask. And yes, in Invincible, people die, people spit out, people can be terrible monsters. But underneath it all, there's still actual heroes. There's actual superheroes with problems and, you know, all the good jazz about it. So if they change too much or they keep it going, it's going to ruin what made Invincible special. So I may not watch it if it does that. That's what also makes it even harder to review it because I technically know the big story beats. Again, I can watch it and enjoy the things like, hey, that's from the comic. Hey, they changed that for social reasons because that would be terrible to do nowadays. They could do that. But I'd be spoiling so much to you just by saying, hey, this is related to something new. I want to talk about it because I already know. But would that be fair? I don't know. And then that makes me wonder, like, you just want to see a video of me just reviewing the entire thing with all the knowledge I know. Because I know a lot of people have read the comic. I'm not saying I'm the only one who read the comic. I'm just saying I know a lot of people know better to like say, hey, this is the stuff I noticed, but I won't tell you the rest because I don't want to spoil it to you. When I read something and I know about it, I just want to splurt out, and it's really hard for me to not. And the reason why I'm not like this for like movies on other superheroes, like, you know, Spider-Man and things like that, is because those usually just have like stories that will eventually change back to status quo. So that story may happen differently, or they may have that story in completely different ways. That's why it's different. Now, I may actually, like I asked, I may actually make an entire video on when season 2 ends. Because, again, I do like Invincible, and I like where it's leading, and I won't have to talk about certain things. Because if I'm just doing a whole review on Invincible Season 2, I won't have to talk about the little things I saw in one specific episode that I can't really remember after, or I don't have to talk about the weird stuff that I don't really want to. I mean, I may talk about weird stuff that just doesn't, you know, I find interesting, but not the stuff that, you know, it's like just something you kind of have to talk about. If I review the entire thing all together, it's more cohesive, and I'd be like, oh, did you notice this, or did you notice that, the changes they did here, all that, different. But would you like to see that? Because I don't want to spoil it for you. I may put a poll and point that out, but I'm not sure. This is extremely short, I know, but it's just something I wanted to have out there really quick. So yeah, this has been Dynamite, and I hope to see everyone in the next video.